a jet across the globe. I guess the world is my home and there's so many miracles burning my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell, it's a vessel alone.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cleveland Browns. So with that, let's get up to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, it's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports, and we are at Wintry. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by Big Ben, their veteran quarterback, Ben Roethlisberger.
He's one of the more exalted quarterbacks in the league, but I still don't think he gets enough appreciation for his ability to read defenses and lead his ball club.
First down run for Connor, not going to get much, maybe a yard. Second down. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. Now Roethlisberger to throw. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to make it fourth down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the third down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up fourth down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a first down, too. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Inside. 34's a Mike. 34's a Mike. He's coming. Check him. Check him.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He finds Beckham complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Hey, Charlie. Check.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. Well, now they'll try the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
They go with Chubb on second down. Only 2 yards on the pickup there, and now they're looking at a long third down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this drive. They're in for a tough test here, though. 3rd and long. To throw is Rodgers. He finds his target, Beckham. And they're going to get him down shy of the first at about the 13-yard line. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
So that'll back them up 5. So on 4th down, out comes the Browns kicker, Austin Seibert. This one from 35 yards away. Seibert's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They just did manage to sneak into the playoffs as a 6th seed, so it's a tough road ahead. They would need to win 3 games on the road in January, but there's 20 other teams who wouldn't mind being on that road.
You're exactly right about that, but your point about how daunting this is well taken because it all depends on their mindset now. How do you break it down so that you're not looking at this whole big road and say to yourself, we've got no shot? You break it down to this game right now, win that one, then worry about the rest of them after that.
And that's exactly right, and the staff told us that. They've been focusing with the players on don't look ahead, but that's hard to do sometimes, is it not?
It is hard to do because the ultimate goal is to do what? Is to win a Super Bowl. So you have to look ahead a little bit, but you make sure you focus on the game at hand.
Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. It's caught. Beckett. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb taking it in. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 15. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. It's caught by OBJ. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 37. On first down. Rodgers. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
Sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Check three, check three. Hey, check back 34.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Rodgers to throw once more. And he comes back with one complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on third down, the field goal unit will come out as he'll try to get 3 before half. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Seibert missed it. This one slides to the right on him. And this score will stay right where it is. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They run with Hunt, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. And again, it's Chubb. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Rodgers going to throw. They'll let it go deep. That's caught at the 25. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb, and he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From 19 yards away. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. that doesn't happen, it looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
Now marching back onto the field. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A gain there of 21 yards.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good time.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And the lead is now 24. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And this one's incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Pushing his way through. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron. The 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Eric Ebron, 45 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no 0. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. A run for Nick Chubb. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Bud Dupree, a former first-round pick, in on the stop. Throwing on 2nd down. Rodgers over the middle to Beckham. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Here's Rodgers to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack. 2nd down and goal. Rodgers. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham there to make the grab. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, that's what I call an answer right there. They gave up a sack on the previous play. How about what they did to finish things off, turning it right back around?
That's the response, and that O-line feels a lot better now, don't they?
Yeah, without a doubt, because give up the sack on the previous play, that just hurts those guys because they never want to see their guy get hit.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. Roethlisberger. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd. Now it's Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. Roethlisberger now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on second down. Roethlisberger setting up the screen. This is Samuels. Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's third down. Here's Roethlisberger. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Roethlisberger coming up with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster there to make the grab. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and that'll make the score 31-13. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a...
Oh, Chubb fumbled it, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
You and I have been around teams, and they all have goals for games, don't they? And every team we've ever talked to says what?
No turnover.
Don't turn the ball over. 0. And they were that close to getting it done. Won't cost them today, but they'll hate that when they're watching the game tape.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. Washington's got it. He's at the 40, past the 20, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Washington, 66 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence if they hope to have a chance to win this game.
And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They run it again with Chubb. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he completes it to Hunt. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Chubb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that miss should just about write a finish to this one.
Yeah, they needed 2 scores, and they needed that field goal there to be the first one and still give them an opportunity. But now, with the time left on the clock, I think this one's about finished.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Johnson, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. One last shot for Roethlisberger. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off right around the 43, and that will write a finish to this ball game. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.